So what Sonny Curtis meant to music will be felt for years and years and years to come. Not only was he a great player or a great songwriter, he was a motivator for everybody that was around him. He's a member of 3 music halls of fame, including the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He passed away on September 19th of this year, but we're only getting to it now because it's not really been made public to an extent that I could have caught on. But here we go. And behind the tracks tonight, we're going to talk about his career. Known for his collaboration with Buddy Holly, he was a member of the Crickets and continued with the band after Holly's death in '59. His best-known compositions included Walk Right Back, a major hit in '61 for Everly Brothers, I Fought the Law, notably covered by the Bobby Fuller Four, The Clash, and Green Day, Love Is All Around, the theme song for the Mary Tyler Moore Show, More Than I Can Say, co-written by the Crickets drummer Jerry Allison and a hit for Leo Sayer in 1980, and of course I'm No Stranger to the Rain, a #1 country hit for Keith Whitley in '89. Born in the Meadow of Texas, U.S. on May 937, his parents were cotton farmers. Sonny was their 6th and last child. His roots were in bluegrass music, as he learned the guitar at a young age from his uncles Smokey Herb and Ed Mayfield, who had their own bluegrass band, the Mayfield Brothers. Curtis's own first band was drawn from his 2 older brothers and was bluegrass in style. Now as a guitarist, he played on numerous Buddy Holly's early '56 Decca sessions, including the minor hit The Blue Days Black Nights and a song he wrote, Rock Around with Olie V. In '55 and '56, he, along with Buddy Holly, opened concerts for rising star Elvis Presley. Although he had gone the road with other musicians by the time Buddy put together the Crickets in '57, he joined the Crickets in late '58, shortly before Holly's death in '59, and soon took over the lead vocalist role in addition to lead guitar. The Crickets' post-Holly recordings were put on hold after his death, and Curtis was drafted in the Army in late '59. During basic training, he was given a 3-day pass and met the Crickets drummer Jerry Allison, who was then playing with the Everly Brothers in L.A. Curtis played him the song Walk Right Back, which Allison had immediately taken to the Everlys. They recorded the song that weekend and were later rewarded with a Billboard Top 10. In the late '60s, the Crickets album In Style with the Crickets was finally released, including original versions of 2 of Curtis's best-known compositions, I Fought the Law and More Than I Can Say, which was co-written with Allison and was a UK #4 hit by Bobby V and a US #2 by Leo Sayer. Along with Allison, he participated in Eddie Cochran's last recording sessions, including the song 3 Steps to Heaven. In '64, he released the single I Beatle Want to Be in response to Beatlemania. He continued to record and perform intermittently as part of the band over 6 decades, most recently their album The Crickets and Their Buddies in 2004, where he reprised most of their hits with help from noted fellow musicians. Curtis then left the Crickets several times to pursue his solo career, but even though during those periods made occasional guest appearances in performance and on record with the Crickets. His last recording with the Crickets was their 2004 penultimate album, The Crickets and Their Buddies. This song, The Real Buddy Holly Story, was a written response to inaccuracies in the '78 movie The Buddy Holly Story. I Fought the Law was later covered in the studio and a concert by numerous artists, including the Bobby Fuller Four, The Clash, The Dead Kennedys, Bryan Adams, John Cougar Mellencamp, Bruce Springsteen, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, Social Distortion, Mike Ness, Hank Williams Jr., Waylon, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Green Day, The Ramones, Grateful Dead, Stray Cats, Mary's Danish, Mano Negra, Big Dirty Band, Lolita No. 18, The Brian Jonestown Massacre, Attack 77, Die Toten Hosen, Status Quo, Nancy Griffith, and The Men They Couldn't Hang. A less conventional cover version was recorded by the Irish actor Colin Farrell, used during the end credits of the 2003 film Intermission. He did not greatly benefit from his own performance of Fought the Law, but he could at least enjoy the royalties rolling in. It said it only took him 50 minutes to write. It's my most important copyright. Now, when he wrote the theme song in the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Love Is All Around, which he also recorded for the show, the song was eventually covered by Husker Du in '85 by Joan Jett in '96. Curtis also co-wrote the '89 country song of the year, I Am No Stranger to Rain, recorded by the great Keith Whitley. Other songs Curtis wrote include A Straight Life, recorded by Glenn Campbell and later by Bobby Goldsboro, and A Fool Never Learns, recorded by Andy Williams. Anne Murray also recorded the Sonny Curtis songs I Like Your Music and You Made My Life a Song under her 72 LP Annie. In '91, he was inducted in the National Songwriters Hall of Fame. In 2007, he was inducted into Musicians Hall of Fame Museum in Nashville as a member of the Crickets. In 2012, he was inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Crickets, along with Allison, bass player Joe B. Maudlin, and rhythm guitarist Nicky Sullivan, by a special committee to make amends for the Crickets having been rebuffed and not included with Buddy Holly when Holly was first inducted in '86. On February 6, 2016, Curtis performed at the Crickets' farewell concert at a Surf Lake Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa, the venue of Holly's last performance before his death. Now, when he married Louise Halverson in 1970, the couple had a daughter, Sarah, and lived on a Tennessee cattle farm. Sarah Curtis published a memoir about the relationship with her loving but cryptic father, daughter of her song, in September of this year. He died from pneumonia at a hospital in Nashville on September 19, 2025, at the age of 88. Now, albums from 64 to 2007 included the first of Sonny Curtis, Love Is All Around, and of course, 2007 Sonny Curtis. Singles, mostly in the U.S. country charts, highest was The Straight Life in number 45. Now, again, all the key songs that he wrote, again, the only big hit he had, actually, of all things, was The Real Buddy Holly Story, which went top 20 in Canada, but in U.S. charts at a lower end. But Sonny Curtis, like I said, a good songwriter, part of the foundation of rock and roll. And the idea about Sonny Curtis, ladies and gentlemen, he would give interviews every once in a while about the Buddy Holly story, and he would always talk about the camaraderie. But he was really pissed off at the Buddy Holly movie because, no offense, it was fictional, but it didn't really talk about the camaraderie that Buddy had with his bandmates and different people. Because it's true that Buddy would try different things in the studio, but it's like I said, to be also like a rock and roll star and a TV theme writer, you need to have that intelligence. And Sonny Curtis was probably one of the smartest rock and rollers of all time. He could write. But I Fought the Law and the Law Won. And like I said, that is probably a top 10 lyrical country song of all time. Because I'm going to go over the lyrics. The song was really on the Second Life with the Clash. This was in the Clash Head to Bets Back. Breaking rocks in the hot sun, I fought the law and the law won. I needed money because I had none, I fought the law and the law won. I left my baby to feel so bad, I guess my race is run. She's the best girl I ever had, I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. Robbing people with a 6-gun, I lost my girl and lost my fun. I left my baby to feel so bad, I guess my race is run. She's the best girl I ever had, I fought the law and the law won. So that's kind of a protest song that should be more prevalent in 2025. But just for writing that, I mean, it should be in every Songwriters Hall of Fame of all time, because the song can be done different ways. But you look at Buddy Holly influenced the Beatles, influencing the Clash, because the Clash had the protest aspect came from that song. And not saying he created the Clash, but he fine-tuned the boys. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sonny Curtis, he will be missed. If you like what we're doing here, we're Behind the Tracks. Let us know in a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.